everyone, I'm Cheryl from Next Door Property, and today I'm going to talk about Vela Bay, which is the first bayshore condo in the entire area. So let's dive right deep into it. So Vela Bay will actually preview on 11 April 2026, and it's a development by Singhai Group. So where is this condo located? Let me show you the location. So this condo is located right next to Bayshore MRT, which is only 100 meters away and is on the Thomson East Coast Line. So what is Vela Bay's launch price? At this moment, we don't know it yet, but looking at the land price that the developer bought it at, we can see that the developer bought it at 1388 PSF, which also means that their break-even price is about 2,528. So if we were to estimate a profit margin about 15% to 20%, likely the launch price for Vela Bay will hit about 2,007 starting from. So some development details about Vela Bay. There's 2 blocks, which is 1 Bayshore Walk and 3 Bayshore Walk. There's 515 units, and the highest floor is at 31 stories. So in terms of the unit mix, what do we have? We have all the way from 1 bedrooms to 5 bedrooms. And the largest proportion of units actually come from the 2-bedders, which is 38%, and 3-bedders, which is 34%. So from this, we can kind of tell the developer's strategy, which is to focus on the 2-bedders and 3-bedders for either own stay or investment. Now, looking into the site plan, we can see that there's a full-fledged condo whereby you do have your tennis court, swimming pool, and your basic necessities like a gym and function room, etc. This is actually where the MRT entrance will be located at. So in terms of convenience, it's definitely a plus point. So what is the facing of Vela Bay? If we look at the side views of the location, you can see that 72% of the site is actually facing towards the sea. And at what level can you see the sea? It's about 11 stories. So this is the block and view orientation. We have a total of 18 stacks in total, and 13 of them are actually facing towards the sea view. And we have 5 stacks that are towards the low-rise facing. So this means that today, if you buy into this condo, there's a high chance that you'll be able to get a sea-facing unit. But of course, this depends on your ballot number. So how does Vela Bay's price compare with the existing resale? If you look at the entire Bayshore area, there's actually an undersupply of condos because majority of the condos there are actually of an older age. And the newest one that we have in the region, we can see that it's actually Seaside Residences, which tenure starts in 2016. And as for Seaside, they have already done an average of 2,377 PSF. Do note that this is a pre-harmonized kind of PSF. In fact, for Seaside Residences, they have done as high as 2,700 PSF. So a little bit of backstory. When Seaside Residences first launched in 2017, they were starting at a price of about 1,005 to 1,006 PSF, which at that time, it was considered as a very, very high PSF. But however, if we fast forward to today, we can see that the first owners of Seaside Residences have all made very healthy profits. For example, the 3-bedders have had an increase of PSF of even up to $800 per square foot, which resulted in almost $1 million worth of profits. So what does this tell us? In this area, or rather this district, even if you pay at a higher price at the start as a first owner, you are also able to exit at an even higher price today, right? So this doesn't mean that even if Vela Bay launches at a high of 2007, it does not mean that the first owners will not be able to exit. It actually follows the market movement. So how does Vela Bay compare with other OCR new launches today? If you look at some of the OCR launches such as Trump Park and Jayden, you can see that they are also in the OCR region and they have done up to 2007 and 2008 PSF. So these are already records that are already broken in the OCR region. So this is not something new for Vela Bay. In more recent news, Pioneer Residences, which is located in Tampines West, they also sold at an average of 2,005 per square foot on their launch day, and the highest even crossing 2007. So what does this mean for us? If today we enter into Vela Bay at 2007 PSF, it's not a market high. In fact, we are actually rather aligned with the current OCR new launch pricing. So let's talk a bit about where I think the developer will load the premium at. If you look at the entire site plan, the seafront units will definitely have a higher premium. So where are they located? For example, you can see stack 15, 14 and 13. These are the seafront units, as well as stack 5 to 9, 10 to 12, and also stack 4 and 3. So in terms of the seafront units, because the developer has said that about level 11 you will get a sea view, so we do think that for the lower floor units you may be able to get into a more attractive pricing, whereas the price jump may start from level 11 onwards to level 31. As for the cheaper units, we can predict that they will probably be located in stack 16 to 18 because these are the non-seafront units. Now let's dive into the layout analysis where I will actually compare Vela Bay's layout with the older resale. So if we look at Bayshore Park's one bedroom, you will notice that first of all, it has a very odd shape. And compared to Vela Bay, we do have a more efficient layout. Okay, you have a very nice study located near the foyer area. You do have a balcony as well, which is missing from Bayshore Park. And the entire layout is just more regular and more efficient in my opinion. Okay. As for the two-bedders, the 2-bed 2-bath is sized at a very decent size of 689 square feet compared to Bayshore Park's 936 square feet and Costa del Sol 947 square feet. So in terms of the layout-wise, once again, Vela Bay has, in my opinion, the more efficient layout because it has a dumbbell layout whereby you have 2 of your bedrooms on separate sides of the house and you also have 2 ensuite bathrooms. The kitchen is of a long kitchenette layout, but it's actually quite standard for a 2-bedder these days. So compared to Bayshore Park and Costa del Sol, I do feel that because of the size of the unit, the quantum that you're going to pay for an older resale is definitely going to be much more compared to Vela Bay, which presents a sweet spot in terms of 2-bedroom pricing. So moving on to 3-bedders for Vela Bay, our 3-bedroom unit is sized at 1033 square feet harmonized, and this unit has all the necessities that you need. So for example, our 3-bedder at Vela Bay is 1033 square feet and you do have your necessities such as your kitchen with a yard and a household shelter and 3 decent sized bedrooms as well as 2 toilets. Compared to Bayshore Park, it's a rather large size of 1173 and Costa del Sol at 1324 square feet. So once again, these kind of larger floor plates may increase your quantum, but at the same time, it may not be as efficient as the GFA harmonized layout that we have at Vela Bay. So similarly for the 4 bedrooms, our Vela Bay layout is at 1173 square feet, which I think is a very kind of sweet spot sizing for 4-bedroom these days. So why do I say that is because if you look at Bayshore Park's 4-bedroom, it's sized at an enormous 2,196 square feet. So having a square footage of 2,000 over square feet also increases your overall quantum. But however, if you look into the 4-bedroom layout for Bayshore Park, you do notice that there is very odd shape in the whole layout and is of a non-regular layout. As for Costa del Sol, they are sized at 1,475 square feet, and if you study the layout more carefully, you notice that their bedroom 4 is located in a rather odd corner here beside the living and dining room. So in summary, I do feel that for Vela Bay, your USP is definitely the GFA harmonization because your future buyers will definitely be wanting to compare the different layouts across the entire Bayshore condos. And having a more efficient layout also reduces the overall quantum that they have to pay in future. So, who is going to buy from you in future? Let's talk a bit about your exit strategy. So when we want to talk about exit strategy, let's talk about the supply ratio. What are the units that are currently on sale in Bayshore? If we take a look at, for example, the condos that are in Bayshore itself, just looking at the resale condos, first of all, you notice that their tenure are all older than Vela Bay. Okay, so number 1, you do have the age advantage. Number 2, in terms of the supply-wise, I do see, for example, for Bayshore Park, majority of the units that are on sale are of the 1-bedroom type, which is 22%. Compared to the 2-bedders, it's only 5.83% and 3-bedroom, 10%. And there's actually no 4 bedrooms on sale right now in Bayshore Park. So what does this tell us? This actually shows that majority of the owners holding the 4 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, and also 2 bedrooms are holding on to their units. So similarly for Seaside Residences, which is the newest one in that area, we can see that the largest proportion still comes from the 1 bedrooms, which is 33%. So if I were you, I would be a bit more cautious before I think about entering into a 1-bedroom at Vela Bay. I would rather shift my focus towards the 2, 3 and 4 bedrooms because I have less competitors. So across the entire supply of condos on sale right now, you can see that 1-bedroom has the highest competition, followed by 4 bedrooms in certain developments like Silver Sea and also Mayor Mansion. So the strategy for you today could be focusing on the 2 and 3 bedders in Vela Bay. But of course, if you're looking for more of an own stay property of a larger size, you can still go for the 4 and 5 bedrooms at Vela Bay. So in addition, there's also going to be a new mixed-use GLS site coming up at Bedok South MRT. So if you notice here, there is a blue site right at Bedok South. So this is going to be a mixed-use site and also has an integrated transport hub. So what this means for you is that there is going to be stronger price support in the area simply because of this future GLS, which is likely to be higher than what Vela Bay is selling right now at. So before we enter any property, it's also very important to know what are the upcoming transformations that are happening in the area and if there are any other future developments that are coming up to boost up the prices in the area. So in the case of Vela Bay, we do know that number 1, it is the first Bayshore project in the area, and number 2, there's going to be a new mixed-use site coming up at Bedok South. So this gives you even more assurance before you want to enter into a project like Vela Bay. So who do I think Vela Bay is for? Number 1, I do think that the investors will be quite attracted to this project because there is a pent-up demand in the entire Bayshore region. As for the second group, I do think that the own-stay buyers that are attracted to the location, especially for east side living and also attracted to the sea views, will want to take a look at this project. So as always, it's very important to take note of your entry price before you enter into any new launch. So if you have questions about Vela Bay or other new launches in general, do contact us for a deeper analysis and we'll be able to help you spot certain units that have certain advantages. If you like the floor plans or to attend the preview, do give us a call and we'll be happy to show you the place. So if you enjoyed the video or if you didn't enjoy, still give us a like, share and subscribe because we really need your support, and contact us for more information or give us a call for any questions that you may have. So until then, bye!